Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Social Marketing with Eric. I'm your host today, Eric. Sorry about the voice. I'm just coming over a cold. I couldn't even talk for the first part of this week, so I'm glad we can at least get something here on the record. So today we're going to talk about 8 different marketing pieces that you can really put into your social media. A lot of people that we talk to are saying, you know what, I have a social media account. I don't know what to say. I'm not sure what to post content-wise for my audience to get them engaged and following and responding to what I put out there. So these are hopefully kind of 8 broad topics where you can go deeper on it and get your audience engaged and following and being able to share some of the content and posts that you put out there. So the first one is promoting local events. This is probably one of my top suggestions for real estate agents. If you're the local market expert and you know what's going on all the time, people are going to come to you and know that you are in the know. You know what's going on, you know what's new, you know what restaurants are opening, what new businesses are coming out, you know just what's going on. You're going to be kind of the source of knowledge for local things, right? So be the expert in your field, promote business owners that are starting new things. A great way to connect with those are through Chamber of Commerce events. You know, they do those ribbon cutting things where people come out to grand openings. They actually just had one nearby my house for an iFly business, you know, those places where you can skydive inside. And a ton of people came out to that. So consider being the local expert in your area and talking about everything that's happening local. Maybe you go interview restaurant owners, maybe you talk to new businesses and feature them on your show and talk to them about, you know, why people or your followers should come interact with them. You can kind of do some co-branding there if you want to think about it that way. So kind of being the local expert is a great piece of content. You might not have something to share every single day, but maybe you did a show every single week. Be creative about it. It could be awesome for you. The next one is have daily themes. So we do something called Tech Tuesday. We actually work with another brokerage doing that. And then we also have Facebook Friday, another piece of video that we share. There's a lot of content that can be shared in that kind of same realm. So every single week you have a show that's at the same time. For ours on our Facebook Friday, it's every Friday at 10 a.m. So check in on that. We actually do it live on Facebook, so you can join in the conversation, ask questions, things like that. You know, make it work for you, whether it's Tech Tuesday or Motivation Monday, something creative that works for you in your business and the tips or strategies that you're going to provide your audience. And they'll know to come every single week at that same time because you tell them to. So make it something as big as like Good Morning America or the Oprah show, right? Like every day it was at the same time, same place, people knew where to go and how to find them. So that's a big one. Number 3 is celebrate days of the year. So if you go to daysoftheyear.com, you get all those weird days like Hot Dog Day and Muffin Day and Appreciate Your Boss Day, things like that. This coming Friday is actually Cranky Coworker Day. I work from home, so that gets a little awkward, but maybe you make a post every day about something that has to do with that day of the year. And there's not always just one day or one event that day. There could be 4, 5, 6 different days. I know there's something like Apple Day coming up. So there's just a lot of different things. You can make it fun, make it quirky. Maybe you pick and choose the ones that you want to work with that relate to your business. But that's actually something that we're going to be starting on our Facebook channel, is just tying it into the day of the year that's going on and giving you guys some piece of content that goes around that. So be sure to check out our Facebook channel, The Orange Stack, for more information about that. It's going to be fun, quirky, just kind of different. We haven't gotten too far into it yet, so you'll see how it goes. The next one, tip number 4, is ask engaging questions. So what are some questions that you can ask? You know, think about how you're going to respond to these, obviously, as you put them, because you don't want to answer a question that maybe you don't want to hear the answer to. But put up things like, what's the most important feature of your home, you know, and get people to engage in that. Or what's something that you're looking for in your next house? So putting up engaging questions can be a great way to trigger responses and get people talking about it. Maybe you say, the next time I do this, I'll do it differently, kind of a thing. So think of some good questions. That's probably maybe like a once a week or once every other week type of thing. You don't want to just put questions out there, because we did that for a while and nobody responded. So you got to kind of scale back the questions to points that are relevant. Make them applicable for what you're doing rather than just mass questions. I mean, we're getting to the point where we're asking just stupid questions because I didn't know what else to say, and we're trying to get engagement when we're first setting up some of our social media channels. But getting engagement through questions is huge. That way you can also get feedback on what people are interested in learning more about. If you don't get any reaction, I probably wouldn't post about that anymore. Okay, next tip, fill in the blank. This kind of goes with the last one. But basically say, my next home will have blank, right? An amazing kitchen, an awesome backyard, a view of the coast, something like that. So fill in the blank. You know, the next time I go out to eat, I'm going to have blank, right? Whatever it is. Tie it into your business, make it relevant, but fill in the blanks are pretty cool. People come up with crazy things. I've seen a lot of those, you know, describe your day with a GIF. So put up a GIF that describes your day, right? Make it that simple. Maybe you say, describe your next house with a GIF, or make it kind of fun, but kind of fill in the blank type of situations where people want to respond to your posts. That can be big. Again, for a lot of these, you're going to have a pretty good following, because Facebook only shows your content to about 6% of your followers. So if you only have 100 followers, only 6 people are going to see this content. And then as it gets shared and things like that, more people are going to engage with it. But just know that Facebook kind of limits who actually sees your organic posts. And it probably aren't suggested to pay Facebook to put this content in front of people unless you think it's relevant and going to drive more traffic for sales. But just consider that. The next one is post a caption of this photo. So maybe you put up an awesome photo of a house and you say, describe this house. Maybe it's a Cape Cod style house and you can get people to describe it. Maybe you have a disaster of a kitchen. You say, what would you say about this? So kind of tease them, put some fun stuff, just get people's comments. Maybe you're listing a new home and you take a picture of the backyard and say, how would you describe this? Just people love photography. That's why Instagram is so big. People like pictures, so that's a good place for that. These aren't specifically just for Facebook or Instagram, but they probably go back and forth with either of them. But know that people like photos, they like looking at things. You can get them to engage with stuff. Maybe you have a short GIF and just say, hey, describe this GIF, right? The GIF, that's what the GIF is if you don't know what that is. Okay, the next one, spotlight your team or your support staff. So maybe you take a day each week or each month and spotlight somebody on your team. If you're just solo, maybe you work with the vendors that you work with and talk about how amazing your title company is, or how great the lender was, or a home inspector, or a roofer that you work with, right? Like, think about who's on your team, who do you work with consistently that you can build credit with. Maybe you co-brand with them, right? So maybe you give them attention, they give you attention in your social media, so that way you guys can cross promote. For us, we work with a lot of brokerages, so that helps to kind of bring back attention to them. Maybe there's a way to work with a lender or something like that. So just find somebody that you want to kind of co-brand with, and don't go out and find 10 lenders to work with and push business to all of them, because that may come back to hurt you. You want to have a relationship with one of them that's going to kind of tie back and forth. So make it important, make that person feel like they're getting a lot of attention, and shout out what they do and why they do it, how amazing they are. Kind of like a employee of the month type of thing, if you want to think about it that way. And if you have a team, definitely take advantage of that. Your assistant, your agents on your team, if you have them, anybody else that's relevant to what you do in your business, and just make them feel special. And you're going to basically be able to put those people in that audience, so that when they come over to work with your clients, they're going to know them already, and they're going to trust them, and they're going to know more about them. You can also put these videos on your website. That's a great place to demonstrate how you like working with clients or your support staff and the people on your team too. Okay, the last one, share third-party resources. So maybe these are apps, maybe they're tools, maybe they're businesses that you aren't necessarily co-branded with, but they're things like a mortgage calculator. Maybe I want to share an awesome mortgage calculator that I found. Maybe there's a part to Zillow that I want to share, even though I don't want to work with Zillow. I want to share pieces of it. Just think about technology and resources that your clients could use in helping the process of working with you easier, right? So we do a lot with social media. There's a lot of video guys that I recommend. There's a lot of cameras that I recommend, microphones like the lapel mic that I'm working with now, different apps. I try to make people's lives easier. I'm not trying to replace me. I'm just trying to make it easier for them so that they can do a lot on their own too. So find ways to enable your clients, helping them to do stuff. And by sharing this content on social media, you're going to get a lot of shares from that. You're going to get a lot of organic reach. That's how a lot of YouTube's videos go big. If you created a how do I do this on YouTube, there's oftentimes where those go viral and get hundreds of thousands of views. So just think about that and tie it all back to getting in contact with you and working with you, because if you're the expert at what you do, people are going to see that and recognize it and want to work with you. So hopefully these 8 tips help you in your business. They help you create content. I know sometimes you get like right now, I don't know what to say. Sometimes people don't know what to say. They don't know what to post. Don't go absent on social media. Keep posting, keep engaging, keep content coming in front of your audience, and that's going to help. You got to be consistent, map it out. I'm actually teaching a class about this next week, about how to set up a content calendar so that you can be ready and streamlined and ready for next month. The last thing you want to do is wake up this morning and say, I haven't been on social media for a week, I better post something, and just bang something out that's probably not that great. Plan it in advance, be ready for it, have your notes, have your slides, be whatever it is, and be ready for it, and it'll be awesome. So my name is Eric Hammond. Thanks for following along. We're the Orange Stack. We basically help you create your niche on social media. We help you find more followers, build your brand, get you more leads, and get you more traction through your social media efforts. So reach out to us if you have any questions. Thanks for following along. We'll see you next week.